Welcome to Mondays with May from Arts for All. My name is Mélissa, and I am a teaching artist with Arts for All. If you've had me in your classroom or if you've been watching here, you might recognize me as Miss May. Hello. For those of you that don't know Arts for All offers accessible artistic opportunities to children in the New York City area. And we are always incorporating our 5 core values, working to build self-confidence, self-expression, teamwork, resilience, and creativity in children. And while our focus does remain in New York City, through all of our virtual learning content, we are so happy to have children from anywhere view our free learning content and, of course, join us for Mondays with May right here with me. I'm coming to you live from my apartment in Brooklyn, New York on Lenape land. I wonder where you are watching from. Make sure you tell us in the comments whether you're watching live or on the replay. Where are you watching us from? It is March, and we are celebrating Women's History Month all month long. During Women's History Month, we celebrate important women in history and in society. Do you have any favorite women in your life that you want to celebrate, or any favorite women in history? Tell us in the comments, who are your favorite women in your life, in society, or in history? I want to know. First things first, before we keep going, let's warm up our bodies. I'm going to stand up. Copy me as best you can. If you need to change anything to feel more comfortable and safe on your body or in the space you're in, change anything you need. I'm going to start by sending my energy upwards. That can look very different on different bodies and in different spaces. It can look different based on how you're feeling. This is how I'm sending my energy up today. I'm reaching my hands up. I'm going up on my tiptoes. Now send your energy down, downwards energy. How does it look today to send your energy down? I'm getting on the floor. I'm sending my energy all the way down. Now send your energy up. Up, 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 upwards energy. And again, let's send our energy down, down, downwards energy. Nice. Now I'm going to reach over to one side. I'm going to stretch. And I'm going to say, ooh. I'm going to reach over to the other side, stretch, and say, ah. Ah. Now I'm going to open real wide. I'm spreading my feet. I'm opening my fingers. And I'm going to say, wow, 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 wow. I'm going to do and say, twist. Other way. Twist. 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 Let's do those together. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Ah. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. Twist. Twist. Nice. Now I'm going to isolate my noggin. Let's isolate our head and look up to the ceiling. Look down to your toes. Up to the ceiling. Down to your toes. Ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, and nod your head. Say yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, yes, yes. Say yes. Uh-huh. 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 Looking over one shoulder, over the other shoulder, over one shoulder, the other shoulder. Look from shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder, looking shoulder, 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 shoulder. Shake your head. Say no. No way. Say no. Say no means no. You got it. Next, we're going to move our shoulders. Can you move your shoulders like a bicycle? Yes. Move them like a bicycle or a unicycle or a tricycle, and in the other direction. Good. I'm making big, big circles. Big, big circles. And can you shake your shoulders? Give them a little shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Why not? And lift your shoulders up. Say, I don't know. And drop them. And up. I don't know. And drop them. Can you lift just one shoulder? And then the other. And then drop them one at a time. One and the other. This is kind of funny looking. And then drop them one at a time. Can you do it fast? And faster? One at a time. Even faster. How fast can you move your shoulders? And now let's move our hips. So we are going to do hip bumps. I'm going to put my hands on my hips for this today. We're going to do 8 times one way, 8 times the other way. Then we're going to do 4 each way, then 2 each way. Then we're just going to back and forth. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Back and forth. Yeah. Move those hips. Move those hips. Nice. Now we are going to shake out our entire body. Count down. Count out loud with me. Shake, shake, shake from 10 to 0. When we get to 0, I'm going to sit back down. Shake it all out. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7. Shake your booty. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Woo, all right. I feel nice and warmed up. I hope you feel warmed up too. I know that when my body is warmed up, my brain gets warmed up. My wheels are turning. And now I feel ready to read a book. Today's book came from, you guessed it, the library. Did you know that you can check out ebooks from the library? I love that. It's Dinosaur Lady, the daring discoveries of Mary Anning, the first paleontologist. Paleontologist. What a big word. Let's read this book and see if by the end of the book you know what the word paleontologist means if you don't already. Okay. Dinosaur Lady, the daring discoveries of Mary Anning, the first paleontologist. Words by Linda Skeers. Pictures by Marta, Álvarez, Miguéns. I'm not sure. I didn't look up how to say her name. Okay, let's get into it. Mary Anning dodged high tides and crashing waves to scour the beach near the hometown of Lyme Regis, England. She filled her basket with curiosities to sell to tourists, like seashells and fossils with fanciful local names like snakestones, ammonites, devil toenails, belemnites, and angel wings, Perictola folatiformis. Okay, I'm giving myself a giggle because I do not know if I'm pronouncing these words correctly. There's a lot of big words in here that I don't really know, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, let's keep going. She scrambled over crumbling cliffs and rocky peaks while avoiding life-threatening landslides. Despite the constant danger, Mary wasn't afraid. She was determined to uncover the area's long buried secrets, no matter the risk. Mary learned to read and write at Sunday school, but she wanted to learn more. She had so many questions about the bones and fossils she found, and she needed answers. She borrowed books and copied scientific papers. She sketched intricate drawings of her discoveries, and she made notes. Lots of notes. One morning, Mary and her brother were exploring the cliffs. They saw something surprising. Nestled in the rock was a large eye socket looking right back at them. Their faces looked so shocked, full of shock and surprise. Carefully, they chiseled away dirt and stone to expose a 4-foot long head with a pointed snout. 4 feet long? That's like as tall as a 10-year-old. Massive jaw, hundreds of teeth. It was frightening. But Mary wasn't scared. She was fascinated. They coaxed workers from the village to help dig it out and carry it home. While the men returned to their work, Mary set out to find the creature's body. The cliffs were constantly shifting and sliding. It had to be buried nearby. But where? Day after day, Mary scrambled over the cliffs. Week after week, she searched. Month after month. After almost a year, Mother Nature lent Mary a helping hand. The powerful wind and pounding rain from a devastating storm caused several landslides. In one night, the cliff's ancient layers were exposed, layers that would have taken Mary years to uncover with her hammer and chisel. something caught Mary's eye. Bones. Boldly, Mary chipped away and uncovered ribs, vertebrae, flippers. Was it a crocodile? Fish? Lizard? No. Mary had discovered a creature never seen before. Was she scared? Nope, not at all. But many villagers were. Soon they were talking about Mary's monster. Word traveled to a rich collector who offered to buy the skeleton. Mary hated to see it go, but the money would help the Anning family survive for months. The collector donated it to a London museum, and scientists and geologists flocked to the exhibit. They studied it, calculated, debated. They named it Ichthyosaurus, which meant fish lizard. The word dinosaur hadn't even been invented yet. They made an announcement that shocked the world. Mary's find wasn't just old, it was millions of years old. Their declaration shattered the commonly held belief that the earth was only 6,000 years old. Wow, this discovery changed people's ideas so big of even how old the earth was. Also, no one had realized that a species could become extinct until they studied the remains of a creature that no longer walked the earth. Extinct. Extinct means it no longer exists. Huh. While others discussed her discovery, Mary kept exploring and learning. Over the years, Mary also found many odd, dark, lumpy petals inside skeletons. She examined them, reread her notes, studied her drawings. Mary figured out what they were, except it was something a lady shouldn't talk about. Do you have any guesses what these dark, lumpy pebbles inside the skeletons could be? Mary was more of a scientist than a proper lady, so she proclaimed these stones, known as bezoars, were actually fossilized poop. Did you guess poop? Geologists sneered, scientists scoffed. Huh. Then they took a closer look and realized she was right. Mary's discovery helped scholars learn more about what ancient creatures ate. Hmm. Mary also found long, thin, cone-shaped fossils. They were remarkable. They were unremarkable. I'm sorry. They were ordinary, at least on the outside. Curious, she cut one open. Tucked inside was a small pocket filled with a thick, dark substance. Mary was even more curious now. Adding a few drops of water turned the substance into ink. Mary's discovery proved that ancient aquatic creatures squirted ink to hide themselves from hungry predators. Do we know these words? Aquatic and predators? Aquatic creatures are creatures that live in the water, and predators are creatures that want to eat or hunt other creatures. So, aquatic creatures creatures that lived in the water would squirt ink to hide themselves from other creatures that wanted to eat them. That is an awesome discovery. When Mary was 24, she made another amazing discovery. This creature didn't have legs or flippers, it had wings. Mary had unearthed a prehistoric flying reptile called a pterosaur. Pterosaur. Around the world, scientists were talking about Mary's incredible discoveries. But they weren't talking about Mary. Not at first. Even though Mary could identify a species from one single bone and rebuild entire skeletons like a jigsaw puzzle, she couldn't join the Geological Society of London. Women weren't allowed. Excuse me? Mary was making these incredible discoveries. She was so good at this. She was like the top geologist. But women weren't allowed. Sorry, Mary, you can't be part of this conversation because you're a woman. How does that sound to you? She couldn't attend lectures or teach university classes or even take classes. But Mary knew her discoveries were important and would change the way people viewed the Earth's past. And so did many geologists, scientists, and scholars. Because where did they go when they had questions? Straight to Mary's cottage. Eager to learn more, they followed her over the cliffs, even if it terrified them. And it did. They do look pretty scared there on the rocks. And Mary looks very brave and confident. Just like long buried fossils, Mary's achievements have slowly been uncovered and shared with the world. Her daring discoveries helped form paleontology. There's that word. Paleontology is the branch of geology that uses fossils to study prehistoric life. And she did all that with a homemade hammer, a chisel, and a never ending quest to keep exploring and learning. That's the end of the book. These are some bits and fossil facts. So we learned the word paleontologist. Another word that we heard a lot is fossil. So, fossil is Latin for having been dug up. It is the remains of an animal or plant that has turned to rock over many years. Lots of other good words in here. And this is a cool timeline to show when Mary was born, when she made her first discovery with her brother in 1811, all the way to 2010 when she was finally recognized as one of the most influential British women in science. Well, that was Dinosaur Lady, the story of Mary Anning, the first paleontologist. So cool. Well, let's move our bodies some more. Let's get ready for our 60-second dance break. For today's 60-second dance break, we are dancing to a song by a group called the Itty Bitty Beats. And I wanted to show you where they are from. So we just read a book about Mary Anning, and she was from England. Where is this map on my computer. Here it is. Okay. So she was from England, and England is, oh, I'm having a hard time getting, okay. So England's over here. We're probably over here. I'm watching from New York over here. Maybe you're watching from the United States. England's, over here. And then the itty bitty beats are all the way in New Zealand, which is an island off of Australia, which is all the way over here. These places are all so far from each other, I could hardly get them to fit on the same map. So that's pretty cool. Today's song is called Dinosaurs, and it's by the Itty Bitty Beats. Let's get up and let's get ready to dance. Thank you to the Itty Bitty Beats for giving us permission to dance to this song today.
Here's a little song about my favorite dinos. Over 700 species, there's a few that I know. They lived more than 66 million years ago.
Take a big breath. It's hard to say.
Triceratops, iguanodon, stegosaurus, diplodocus, velociraptor, brontosaurus, pterodactyl, raptor, and tyrannosaurus rex.
Tiny little oars.
Sing about dinosaurs, oh dinosaurs.
We big dinosaurs. Over there. Over here.
Come sing about dinosaurs, oh dinosaurs with me. Come sing with me.
Sing along with me.
Herbivores from planting till they love their veggies. Carnivores from eating till they eat no veggies. Omnivores when picky, they like plants and weeds.
Big dinosaurs.
Triceratops, iguanodon, stegosaurus, diplodocus, velociraptor, brontosaurus, pterodactyl, raptor, and tyrannosaurus rex.
I was really getting into my dinosaur energy for that dance break. Now let's cool it down with some deep breaths. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. You can use your hands to help scoop that air. We can breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Here we go. And now give yourself a big squeeze and a pat on the back. And give yourself some good loving. Here are some ideas for you to keep thinking about paleontology and Mary Anning. First is to do some research. Learn more about paleontologists and dinosaurs through an internet search. Get a grown-up to help you search up some things, or you can go to your library and you can ask your librarian for some help to look for some books about dinosaurs and paleontology. I found a cool video to share with you that we're going to put the link to in the comments about paleontology and the process of finding the fossils to getting them in the museums. Next up is to play. You can assemble your own paleontology kit. I found I can use my magnifying glass. I found an old makeup brush I can use. If you find a makeup brush, make sure you ask permission. I found this knife, plastic knife from Takeout I can use to chisel. I can brush away some dust. And I have my notebook ready to take notes about my discoveries. You can play outside, find rocks, find fossils, see what you can find, or you can make a search inside your home. You can get someone to help you. You can hide things around your house and discover them with your family. And imagine, come up with your own historic creature. I came up with one. I'm going to show you. I came up with this prehistoric creature. I'm calling it the Periductale Rex. It has sort of a body of a bird, but it has a flipper, very sharp teeth, a horn. It has a little tail. It has talons. It's the Periductale Rex. It's never before been discovered. I wonder what you would invent or what you might discover if you come up with your own prehistoric creature. Please share it with us. And next is be like Mary Anning. Keep being curious and keep learning. It could be about dinosaurs or it could be about whatever it is that interests you. But don't stop being curious and don't stop learning. And it is Women's History Month, so keep celebrating the women in your life. Well, everyone, that's all for our program today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been enjoying Mondays with May, would you do us a favor and take a really quick survey? It's a 2-question survey. It can be found in the comments. You can watch us live or on the replay and spread the word. I'm here each week. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.